Hello, children. We have started a lesson, that is the supplementary reader lesson. The lesson name is The Goat and the Stars. Hope you have understood the paragraphs which I have already completed. Now let's continue the next part of the lesson. So from beginning of the lesson, what we came to know? We came to know that a small boy got disturbed by the notice which was kept outside of the church, and the notice was displayed on the notice, and in a large letter it was mentioned, "This means you." The boy had got very much disturbed of those letters. "This means you." Here, the annual collection was going on in the church, and he wanted to contribute to that collection. So he decided to give a goat kid. The lesson name, what is the lesson name, children? The Goat and the Stars. So there is a relation between this small goat kid and the stars. So after making ready, he just combed the goat kid. After brushing up, he tied a ribbon to the goat kid and he started to move. Let's see what happens. He got down into the town just before 7 o'clock. Round the goat, he had tied a clean meal sack in case of rain. When the goat grew tired of walking, he would carry it in his arms. Then, when he got tired of carrying it, the goat would walk again. Only one thing troubled him. He did not know what the procedure at the church would be. There might, he imagined, be a long sort of desk with men in charge. He would have to go to the desk and say, very simply, "I have brought this," and come away. While going to the church, the boy was worried. Only one thing that it was troubling to him, that was he did not know the procedure in the church. The small goat kid, sometimes it was walking, sometimes the boy was carrying in his hand. The goat kid was very cute. The boy had made up his mind to sacrifice it. Sacrifice means only to hand over that goat kid to the church members. Then, what the boy thought that there would be a long sort of desk and some members will be sitting on the desk. And he would simply go to the desk and say very simply that he had brought this. What it was written on the notice board? Can you recall it, children? Not too small, not too large. It was mentioned. Let's see what the boy does. This is what the boy is carrying, the goat in his hands, children. You can see in the picture it is shown. He was rather disconcerted to find the windows of the church full of light. He saw people carrying parcels going through the door. He saw the notice, a little torn by weather now, but still flaring at him. "This means you." And he felt slightly nervous as he stood on the other side of the street, with the goat kid at his side like a little dog. Soon the boy reached the church. There was a street. Across the street, the church was situated. Means at the another side of the street, the boy stood looking at the church. It was the evening time, nearly 7 o'clock. Then the people were entering the church. Some people were carrying the parcels, some were carrying some big things in their hands. The church was lighted up with the lights. It was decorated with the lights. And the boy focused on the notice which was kept at outside of the church. Now it was little torn because of the weather condition, children. Maybe the wind blew very strong. The notice board condition was little bad now. But instead of the bad condition also, the letters were visible. And what those letters were, children? "This means you." Again the boy felt little nervous. The goat was sitting side to him. Beside him, like a little dog, the goat was standing. Now, only thing is, he has to enter the church and he has to hand over that goat kid. The moment was very near. Finally, when there were no more people going into the church and it was very quiet, he decided to go in. There was already a sort of service in progress, and he sat hastily down at the end of a pew. Seeing in the other end of the church, in soft light of candles, a reconstruction of the manger and a child and the wise men who had followed the moving star. The stable and the manger reminded him of the pigsty where the goats were kept, and the first impression was that it would be a good sleeping place for the kid. Lastly, when all the people entered into the church, the boy, when there was very silent outside the church, nobody was left to enter, the boy entered the church. It was very quiet. The goat, he was carrying the goat in his hands, and nervously he was little hesitant to enter the church, but still very confidently he entered it. And when he entered, he noticed there was a model of pigsty kept at the side of the benches. It was a pew, means it was just like a pigsty where the goat was living before. It was living in the farm, in his father's farm. So as soon as the boy saw the pigsty, he thought that this is the proper place for the goat to sleep. Maybe the goat was feeling sleepy. So the boys thought of to keep that goat at that pigsty, at that small model, and he decided to sit at the side of that pigsty only. Means it was a small model of the pigsty children. So he kept the goat there. Let's see what happens. He sat for some minutes before anything happened. A clergyman speaking for the pulpit was talking to the grace of giving. They, he said, brought frankincense and myrrh. You cannot bring frankincense, but what you have brought has a sweeter smell, the smell of sacrifice for others. He sat little hesitant on the bench. Sometimes he was looking at the goat, sometimes he was looking at the people. After some minutes, a clergyman means he was the owner, he was the in charge of the church. So he came and he started to address the people. He said that the people who have come with a good intention to give gifts to the church have brought a sense of sacrifice. Means he was pointing out to the moral thing of sacrifice. He was talking about the smell of frankincense and myrrh. According to the story of Jesus' children, when Jesus was born, there were three kings who had brought the gift, and those three kings were known as Magi. It is said that they had brought this frankincense and myrrh, which a kind of smell it gives. This myrrh leaves. Same way here, the clergyman is considering the people, those who have come to give the gifts, are considered same like them. They have brought the sense of sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving, charity. Means some things they have brought up from their own intention and they want to give it for others so that the members of the church would help to others. As he spoke, a man immediately in front of the boy turned to his wife, sniffing and then whispering, "Funny smell of frankincense." "Yes," she whispered. She too was sniffing now. "I noticed it but didn't like to say." They began to sniff together like dogs. After some moments, the woman turned and saw the boy sitting tense and nervous, the knots of perplexity tight on his forehead, and the goat in his arms. "Look round," she said. The man turned and he too saw the goat. "Well," he said, "well, no wonder. I hate them," the woman whispered. "I hate the smell." The boy took the goat in his hand and he started to listen to that clergyman's words. Then, when the clergyman finished his words, There was a couple sitting in front of that boy. There was a man and a woman, and among that couple, the man looked behind. He looked behind because the goat kid was, because of this sweet smell of the goat kid. And he said, yes. When clergyman mentioned the sweet smell of frankincense and myrrh, he pointed out the woman to see behind them because there was a goat kid the boy was carrying. He said that the clergyman is mentioning about the sweet smell. See, from where the sweet smell is coming, he said. Then even the women also started to sniff. They started to take the smell. Both of them, they started to sniff like dog. Then they looked, both of them, they looked at the dog, at the goat kid. And they said, yeah, it is the sweet smell that is coming from this goat kid. And the woman said, see, this sweet smell is coming from this goat kid, and I don't like this sweet smell, she said. Here, just a comparison is given, children. A comparison of frankincense, how they are making fun of that. But here, the boy was very nervous. He was having knots of perplexity on his forehead. He was worried that what would happen when he hand over the goat kid to the church people. We have to just appreciate the sense sense of sacrifice the boy is going to do. The boy was having close friendship with that goat kid, and he is not bothering about the goat kid and about himself. He just bothered about to help others. Understood, children? I hope you have understood. Let's continue. They began sniffing now with deliberation, attracting the attention of the other people, who too turned and saw the goat. In the pews about the boy, there was a flutter of suppressed consternation. Finally, at the instigation of his wife, the man in front of the boy got up and went out. He turned a minute later with the usher. Before going back to his pew, he whispered, "There, my wife can't stand the smell." Both of them started to smell like a very funny way. Because of their action, they started to behave very strangely, and because of their strange behavior, all the people started to look at that boy. Then later, after a few minutes, the man stood up and he went out near to the door of the church, and he said, "I can't tolerate the sweet smell of that goat," he said. Just pointing out to his wife, he said like that. The moment later, Usher was whispering into the boy's ears, "I'm afraid it's hardly the right place for this. I'm afraid you will have to go out." At the approach of a strange person, the little goat began to struggle and let out the thin bleat of alarm. Then, after a few minutes, the boy also started to feel hesitation. Why these people are behaving like this? Why these people are staring like this at me? He was thinking. And later, the man who was standing near to the door, he called the boy and he said, "Why you are carrying this small goat kid in your hand? This is not the proper place to come," he said. He was not knowing what was the intention of the boy, children. He was not knowing why the boy had brought that goat kid and why the boy had come to the church. Then later, after a few minutes, the goat started to bleat. Because of its voice, because of its noise, all the people started to look at the boy. That was very a kind of moment where the boy was feeling like all are pointing out him why he had brought that goat kid. You can see in the picture how it is shown. The boy is little nervous. The sadness, the disappointment is highlighted on his face. The small goat kid in his hand. You can notice in the picture, children. Because of the strange behavior of the people, he got up and started to walk out of the church. As a boy got up, it seemed to him that the whole church had turned and looked at him, partly in amusement, partly alarm, as though the presence of a kid were on the fringe of sacrilege. The boy was not able to explain why he is carrying the goat in his hands. So instead of giving explanations, instead of making them to understand, he just got up carrying the little goat in his hands and he started to walk out of the church. Outside, the usher pointed down the steps. All right, son, you run along. I wanted to give the goat, the boy said. Yes, I know, the man said. But you got the wrong idea. The goat's no use to anybody. The boy walked down the steps of the church into the street, the goat quite now in his arms. He did not look at the notice which had said for so long, this means you, because it was clear to him that he had made a sort of mistake. It was clear that the notice did not mean him at all. When he came outside the church, there was another man, the usher. He was called as usher, means who was guiding the people to sit in the church properly. He was just like a guide. That person asked the boy why he had come. The boy said that he wanted to give this goat kid to the church. Then the man cleared it. The man cleared that the goats are of no use to anybody. Means it was not the proper gift given to the church. But the innocent mind was not knowing this. The boy was not knowing this. Then, after hearing the man, the boy had a sigh of relief and he again focused on the notice board. Again, he looked very carefully at the words, this means you. But this time, he did not get troubled of those words now. This means you were not troubling him now. Before it had troubled him. Why? Because now it was very clear. It was clear that the things which he had carried to the church is of no use. The gifts were given in such a way that it was the goat kid was a living thing, children. That living thing was not acceptable. It was not acceptable in the church. Only the small and the artificial materials and the other materials were useful there. Maybe money also, which is given in the charity. It was clear now, and the notice board was not troubling him a lot. It was only by some other things that he was troubled. He had for long believed that at Christmas there must be snow on the ground and a moving star. But now there was no snow on the ground, there were no bells ringing, and far above himself and the little goat, the stars were still. There was a belief that on Christmas Day there will be a snowfall, children. The snow falls, there will be a moving star. So when the boy started to come on the streets, he looked at there was no snowfall at all at that time, but there was a goat kid, just like a snow. It was white in color, just like snow. It appeared like a snow in his hands, children. And there were stars above the boy. There were stars in the sky. The boy looked at the goat. He thought that this goat is just like a snow, and the stars were there. He looked at the stars and he looked at the goat kid in his hand. The bell started to ring in the church. Then he understood that he is the blessed person to have that goat kid in his hand. It is the best gift he got from the God. That's all, children. The lesson finishes here. There is a story related to the sacrifice which is told by Dr. Karajgi sir. I request you to listen to that story and understand the moral. Hope you have understood the connection between the star and the goat. How a small innocent boy went to sacrifice a small goat kid, went to give a small goat kid as a gift, but rather he got that small gift as a gift, small goat as a gift back to him. It was given by the God only. He felt like the snow has come in his hand and there were moving stars. That is the lesson name, Goat and the Stars. This is the story, children. Listen carefully. And the lesson, I request you to read the lesson and note down the meanings of the difficult words and send in the groups. Thank you.
ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರೊಬ್ರು ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ ಕಲಿಸೋರು, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ ಬೋರು ಅಂತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಮೃತ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಲೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ, ಡೆಡ್ ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ, ಮರ ಗಿಡ ಸಾಯ್ತಾವೆ, ಈ ಸಮುದ್ರವನ್ನು ಸಾಯ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಏನೋಪ್ಪ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಬೆಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲಂತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು. ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಲೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಮುದ್ರನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದರಿದ್ರ ಕೆರೆ. ಅದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೆರೆ, 822 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೆರೆ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಇನ್ನ 10 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮುಖಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಡಿತದೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಗಾಳಿ. ಹುಲ್ಲು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು 2 ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ ತುಟಿ ಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಉಪ್ಪು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಗಾಳಿ. ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೀನಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಸಸ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಲಾರಾ ಫಾನಾ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕಾಲು ಚಾಚಿ ಮಲ್ಕೊಬೋದು ನೀರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು, ಮುಳುಗಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ 37% ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ ಬೇರೆ. ನನಗಿದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ 75 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಉತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಮುದ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಲಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಜಾಗ. ಯೇಸು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತ ತನ್ನ ಪವಾಡಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲೇನೆ, ನೀರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆದು ಹೋದದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ, 5,000 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಲ್ಲೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತಪ್ಪ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಬಳ್ಳಿ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಥರದ ಮೀನುಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಅದ್ಭುತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಅದು. ನಾಂದೆ 75 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಇದು ಜೀವಂತವಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ಕಥೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರು ಪೂರೈಸೋದು ಒಂದೇ ನದಿ, ಜಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅಂತ ನದಿ. ಅದು ಆ ಜಾರ್ಡನ್ ನದಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಲೀಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮುಂದೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾರ್ಡನ್ ನದಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಜಾರ್ಡನ್ ನದಿ ಬಂದು ಈ ಡೆಡ್ ಸೀಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮೃತ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ 3 ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರೆಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ಹೌದಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಮೃತ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಆಯ್ತು ಇದು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಡೆಡ್ ಸಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಬರೀ ನೀರನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ, ಹೊರಗೆಲ್ಲೂ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಲಿಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬರೇ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡೆಡ್ ಸಿ ಆಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಲಿಲಿ ಆಗ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಮಾತು ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಕಥೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ.